You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Liz Hurley with this 48 Fastcast, our digital version of your top headlines in a short, fast newscast. We start this afternoon out with a big story out of the Middle East. A U.S. military base in Qatar was attacked by Iran. Iran launching ballistic missiles toward the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East, located in Doha. This was in response to the United States striking nuclear facilities in Iran over the weekend. Qatar's military air defense agency says it did successfully intercept multiple missiles using the Patriot and the THAAD missile defense system. You may remember those locally developed and tested and sustained right here in Huntsville by the Army at Redstone Arsenal. Iran says the number of missiles fired matches the number dropped by the United States on Iran's nuclear sites. So far, no U.S. fatalities were reported following that strike. We'll keep you posted on those developments. Locally at home in Limestone County, a man who killed two women while driving the wrong way on I-565 several years ago is set to spend the next 3 decades behind bars. Jacob Stevens' sentence is part of a plea deal he agreed to in court earlier today. In 2021, Stevens was driving down the wrong way on I-565 before he slammed into oncoming cars near Chapman Mountain, killing Hannah Parton and Arlene Velasquez. Today, he was sentenced to 30 years after pleading guilty to 2 counts of reckless murder and 2 counts of assault. We'll hear from the family of one of the victims tonight. Be sure to tune in to WAFF 48. Attention drivers, a new roundabout under construction at a busy intersection in the city of Madison. The intersection at Wall Triana and McKee Roads now closed for construction. Signs are already out there posted to alert drivers of the ongoing construction. If you frequent that area, you'll need to use Old Railroad Bed Road, Highway 53, Harvest Road, and Carroll Road for the time being. That intersection set to remain closed until the end of October.
Tracking more in the way of heat and humidity for today, and a few pop-up storms trying to develop right now, mainly in Winston County and into Marion County, where we have a few isolated downpours, but most of the area has remained dry. And the focus today is just all about the heat and the humidity, with temperatures that have soared into the 90s, including 95 in Athens, 94 in Huntsville, and 93 in Scottsboro. Feels like temperatures are over 100 for a majority of the Tennessee Valley, and that's why most of the area is under in the Tennessee Valley is under a heat advisory, and will continue to be for tomorrow and Wednesday, as the temperatures will continue to be hot in the mid to upper 90s, and the heat index values, or the feels like temperatures, will be right around 105 degrees. The only way you can get some relief the next couple of days is to have an isolated afternoon shower, storm, or downpour. We have a chance for maybe a couple more hours to have a downpour or 2 across the Tennessee Valley, but today remains mainly dry. We'll track a few showers and storms for Tuesday, Wednesday. The heat and the humidity continues on, and I'll have much more in your full forecast coming up in just a few moments.
What a scorcher. Thank you, Jeff. Huntsville Hospital rolling out a new program to treat patients virtually. We'll show you how it works and how it's going to benefit patients in rural parts of our city and our county and our state after the break. A new program at Huntsville Hospital aims to virtually treat patients across the Tennessee Valley, especially those living in rural areas. Patients interested in this new option will be connected with a remote neurologist or psychiatrist. Telemedicine program manager Sarah Werner says this new service is very important since rural communities don't often have as many in-person options compared to those in larger cities. After seeing successful telemedicine programs at Madison Hospital and Helen Keller in the Shoals, she is so excited for this to expand into all parts of the valley.
It so far has been really inspiring to see how willing everyone has been to accept this new program here. Even our providers at Huntsville are really enthusiastic and glad to be able to support their colleagues at other hospitals. I think it helps really with our vision of being one health system and being able to support each other to do what's best for the patient.
Last year, the Huntsville Hospital Foundation received more than $1 million in state funds to purchase several telemedicine carts.
Now, your 48 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jeff Denoyer.
Yesterday, we were tracking some showers and thunderstorms. Look at me moving like that. I wish I moved that fast all the time. Showers and thunderstorms yesterday produced some very heavy rain in the Tony area and Harvest area. There was some water rescues. Some roads were shut down because of so much rainfall. And anytime you have a scenario like this where you have a lot of humidity, all you need to do is just spark one or two thunderstorms, and they're going to produce some very heavy rainfall. We have the potential to have a few isolated showers and storms this afternoon, and we do have a few popping for areas west right now. One little cell near Florence, and then down towards Hamilton, some heavy rainfall. And that's what they mainly are, is just a lot of rain and maybe some gusty winds too. We'll keep an eye on the radar here through the afternoon and evening hours. But overall, it's mainly dry across the Tennessee Valley. That's not true when you go south of I-22, where you pick up a little bit more in the way of rainfall in central portions of Alabama. But everybody is hot and humid. Temperatures up into the 90s today for just about all locations, and it feels like it's close to 105. That combination of humidity and heat building across the Tennessee Valley over the weekend, and now is here and entrenched as we go into the beginning of the week into the rest of the week. Heat advisory will be in place for most locations through Wednesday, and that is the combination of heat and humidity driving up those heat index values, or feels like temperatures close to 103, 104, 105. The two hottest days haven't happened yet. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it was sweltering, right? We know we walk outside, it's like instant sweat. But I think Tuesday and Wednesday will be even worse because the humidity stays higher and the temperatures will be a little higher too. 95 and 97 doesn't seem like a big difference, but when you go outside tomorrow and on Wednesday, you will feel it. And then on Thursday, maybe not quite as hot, but still feels like 100. I kept a 20% chance in for each day. Got to keep an eye on the radar for those pop-up storms, very summer-like in the afternoon. But the highest chance of rain will hold off to the weekend, and that will be when there's a subtle change in the pattern where temperatures will eventually fall back into the 80s next week for your daytime highs.
Thank you, Jeff. That'll do it for your Fast Cast. We'll be back here online in just a few minutes with Before the 4. And don't forget to join us for our 4 o'clock newscast on TV on WAFF 48. And of course, breaking news coming up at 5, 6, and 10. We have you covered. I'm Liz Hurley. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.